Okay, so now we're gonna get into the drive and ride review of the 24 Super Duty F-350 Lariat with the standard output 331 gears versus the 25 Lariat high output 355 gears. Curious if we notice anything different from the seating changes in the Lariat for 25, as well as, is there any more refinements on this transmission, engine, calibration? Did they, third year in this new powertrain and truck and platform, is this a more refined vehicle than the 24? The other thing I'm really glad to see is the Auto Hub is back and confirmed for the 25 model year trucks. So let's get into this review. All right, now let's compare this to the 25. Look at that, guys, good news. Dummy hub is gone, and this is a 25 F-350, built early December. So we're gonna start today with the drive review of the 24 Lariat. Let's see how this thing does. Been letting these trucks warm up for a little bit so that we could get some heat into the engine so we get good fuel economy for this loop. I'm gonna do both these trucks today in the normal or eco mode, just because the whole point of this video is trying to get fuel economy just for the drive loop. So we're gonna reset our fuel economy and we will go do our loop right now. Want to thank Bob Maxxey for giving me the opportunity to do this review for you guys today. Josh Wisniewski, he would be your contact if you're interested in either of these trucks or any other Super Duties or any other Ford vehicles they have. They've always treated me and my family and friends good. Recommend these small town rural dealers. I feel like you always get a little bit more service with the smaller dealers than the larger dealers that can treat you like a number. I tell you, if you haven't drove a diesel in a while, which it's been a minute, it's been a few weeks since I've been in one, you just forget how smooth these trucks are going down the road. Especially the one thing I've talked about in other videos, guys. If you can get a Super Duty with the Pro Steering Assist or the Tremor package, you get the Pro Steer Assist electric over hydraulic steering assist, and that package is awesome for steering comfort. I don't know how to explain how much better these trucks ride and drive with that option. I definitely recommend that package. And the reason I recommend that package is not because I want this option for backing up a trailer. I've never used it, and I've had that feature on at least 15 different trucks now and vehicles. But what I like about it is the amount of feedback that is eliminated coming from the bumps in the road through the steering wheel and the feedback from the expansion joints and everything. Man, it is worth it. It's incredible how much nicer it will make these big heavy duty trucks ride and drive. It makes them feel like a half ton, which is really nice and welcomed for sure. So it's gonna be kind of cool today to do the standard output versus the high output and just see if I notice much difference in just standard daily driving between the power of the two. I don't think we really will, because really I think where you're gonna notice that extra 175 foot-pounds of power is gonna probably be when you're towing, 20,000 plus pounds, which we're not going to do today. But in day-to-day, I don't think you're gonna notice it. Going to get on the highway today, and let's see how we're gonna have a pretty gentle acceleration, because unfortunately we have a semi up ahead of us. But we'll just see how smooth this Super Duty is with the standard output. The heads-up display works a lot better than I remember with polarized sunglasses. I'm really glad to see it works a lot better than our Navigator and some GM trucks I was in recently. It seems a lot brighter. When I do these fuel economy loops, I always put the heating and cooling at 72 degrees and auto, so we just don't put as much load on the alternator. But we can see we're at 70 miles an hour really easily. For people wondering, what RPM are you at 70 miles an hour on the highway with 331 gears? Gosh, guys, I don't know. What is that? Is that 1,500 RPMs? I'll have to really zoom in and try to count the clicks. We will do the exact same thing at 70 miles an hour with the 355 gears and see if we notice any difference. Get off at the halfway point now. So far, we're returning some pretty good fuel economy. And it's been a minute since I've driven a non-trimmer with the electric power steering assist. And man, this truck rides and drives really good. It almost, I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but I swear it feels much like a half ton with how it takes the bumps. It's amazing the difference that makes on the ride quality. We got 70 miles an hour, guys. Look at the fuel economy we're getting on a flat here. We're talking like 26 miles per gallon, 25. I can't tell RPMs wise. We'll have to do the exact same thing with the other truck here. We're at 68 technically. So I turned on the cooled seats just to see if I notice any difference in the cooled seating function on the new 25 Lariat seats with the ActiveX material. So we're doing the 24 right now, but at least we can have a little bit of baseline to compare it to the 24 and the 25. We'll pull back into Maxxey here and let's see what we got for our fuel economy loop. What did we get? 20 miles per gallon on the dot. Not bad. We got the fuel economy loop done. I put it in normal mode now. We're gonna do a little spirited acceleration now and see how the power of the standard output compares to the high output. Just kind of do standard acceleration, nothing crazy, and then I'll really get on it. I mean, it feels good. I mean, these Powerstrokes, they got a ton of power coming from a Cummins, which is a great engine. But man, the acceleration on these things is just, it's solid. The 10-speed trans mixed with how quickly these things just get on the power is wild. Okay, we'll get on it a little bit harder. Not gonna beat on this thing, but I'd like to see if we can notice a difference in the high output and standard output. I mean, it's strong. Curious from just a 50, we'll hit it. I mean, it's got a lot of power, guys. All right, let's go jump in the 25 now and see how this thing compares with the high output motor and just see if we notice any of the differences in the ride and drive quality of the new seating in the 25 Lariats. We're gonna also put the 25 in the eco mode as well. All right, let's see if we notice a difference. I'm going standard high output to high output. So it's probably me just being biased, but I do feel like the transmission shifting there felt a little bit smoother than the 24. I don't know if it's the high output. Maybe they changed the trans tuning a little bit with that versus the standard output. Maybe it's 25 they changed, not sure. Some differences I'm noticing. So this steering wheel has, I don't know the difference, but there is a little, I'm noticing a little bit different feel in the steering wheel. It's not bad, it's just different. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels a little different. The heated steering wheel still works awesome. It feels like a less soft material than the 24 steering wheel, but I don't mind either. I just do notice a little difference. The other thing I'm noticing on these seats, it feels like they hold you a little tighter. And what I mean is, I don't think it's like, actually it's not even tighter. It's almost like it's a less slippery material. I'm wondering if this ActiveX material kind of grips into your clothing a little bit better than the leather material. It's almost like it feels stickier. Not like, I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like I'm more glued to the seat. So we'll get a little bit better acceleration on the highway with the high output 25, just because we don't have the traffic we're behind. So far, some things I've noticed, trans calibration feels a little bit different, and I don't know how to explain it. It feels a little smoother. Could be in the learning phase. It's really hard. Both trucks had similar amount of miles on them. Both trucks were built within 3 months of each other. This is a 25 model year truck. I don't know if that's part of the high output engine or not, but I'm not gonna complain because it feels decent. Seat comfort, I don't really notice anything different. The seat foam feels very similar. Heads up display looks the same. Pedal feel, brake feel, accelerator feel, I don't notice any different vibration or feeling through the steering wheel or anything different than I feel on the 24 truck. The one thing I do notice is I do feel like this truck is a little bit stiffer ride, and I'm wondering if it's probably because this truck has the snowplow package springs up front. I've noticed that can make a difference with the ride quality. The other truck, I think, felt a little bit softer, a little bit softer sprung going down the road. All right, getting off at the halfway point with the high output diesel. So far, my thoughts, going down the highway, I don't notice much difference from a powertrain perspective. What I do notice is the ride comfort difference between the truck with the snowplow package front springs versus not. This truck definitely rides a little stiffer. I can definitely notice that. Okay guys, same spot. We're gonna do about 68 miles an hour, just like the other truck. There's your fuel economy, 68, 25. RPMs, I do think it is a tick higher, maybe about 100 RPMs higher than the 331 gears. And I would say at the same spot, I'm down 2-3 miles per gallon, maybe. I'll have to circle back and look at this data from the other vehicle. Let's pull back into Maxxey. Let's see what we got for fuel economy on the 25 Lariat. All right, here's the moment of truth. 18.5 miles per gallon in the 25 high output. So we're gonna do a spirited acceleration on the 25 high output, just to sort of see how it compares to the standard output. Curious if we notice any difference in acceleration or performance. Feels pretty strong. I don't know, I'm probably being biased, but it did feel a little bit stronger than the standard output. Give it a little bit of gas again. Yeah, it feels good. Do a little stronger acceleration now and see how this thing feels. Yeah, it's strong. We're gonna do from like a 50, 40, 52 and just kind of step into it. So I'm probably being biased, but I'm telling you, this high output feels stronger. And I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think I'd notice much difference. And I'd love to actually put a draggy on one of these things, but I'm not gonna go and do a brand new truck and go and just thrash on it. But just from a little bit of acceleration there, it does feel a little stronger with the high output. I mean, it is, what is it, 25 or 50 horsepower more and an extra 125 more foot-pounds of torque. All right, I wanna go back in the 24 now and see if I can, in fact, feel a difference in the steering wheel. We're gonna compare that now. And the seats, just trying to get one last feel in these things. Oh, here's another thing I noticed, guys. Your power telescoping steering wheel on the Lariat is gone for 25. Some people might be bummed about that. Other people might like that this is just simple and mechanical, but that is power on the 24. And I'll just show you right now when we jump back in. Different, there's your power, gone for 25 in the Lariat. Yeah, the steering wheel does feel a little softer in this. I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I get back in the seat, see if I notice anything else different. I do like the 25, how there's less clutter up here. You just have your exhaust brake controller. Seating, I don't know. Maybe a little different, but it's not very big. All right, so what's my thoughts on after driving the standard output versus the high output, 24 versus 25? My honest opinion, I'd probably go for a 24 right now, because if you can find some rebates and better deals, you're gonna get leather interior, you're gonna get power telescoping steering wheel, you're gonna get little nuances in the interior. With that being said, the advantage to 25 I see, I kind of like how they have less clutter above the center stack, and you've got more real estate on the side where your controls for your headlights. So if you did want to put other switches in that area, so that's kind of nice. The real question I want to know is ActiveX versus leather. Which one's going to be more durable? Which one's going to hold up? Which one's more comfortable? Time will tell. No surprise, prices are going up for 25. I think the deals are going to be on the 24s. And no surprise, this is why we're seeing 24s disappearing from these guys' lot. I was kind of surprised this thing got almost 1.5 miles per gallon better than the high output. I'm curious how much of that is due to 355 gears versus 331. High output versus standard output. Both of these things are just an animal for power. If you've not driven a new Ford Super Duty, I recommend it, especially coming from a Cummins. I've had one of these also. It just amazes me how much power these things have. I'd be perfectly happy with the standard output, but man, it's really hard to argue with the high output. That thing's an animal. Hey, if you guys enjoy the video, feel free to like. I've got more videos coming on Super Duty. Thanks for watching.